Hey everyone, we're back with part 2 of Roadies Go track racing at Hellyer Velodrome on Wednesday night racing. This time I got to race Cat B's, which was exciting. 3 event Omnium. This is the unknown distance. So they started us, and you don't know when the race is ending until 1 to go. They ring a bell. It could be anywhere from 1 lap to 20 laps, they told us. So I skipped to the end basically at the beginning of the race. I took some ill-advised flyers off the front, just in case they rang the bell early. Plus, also, everybody's kind of riding like this, where they're, being real cooperative. And I think that makes for pretty boring racing. So I was just trying to animate a little, but got brought back into the mix. And then after my ill-advised solo attempt, I decided to sit in for a little bit and just try to sprint, even though I knew, this event on paper, I was like, I don't think I'll be very good at this, because I think 1 lap on the track is very short. So only knowing with 1 to go, I don't think plays into my strengths as a racer. But, you got to try them all, figure it out. So maybe I'll figure it out next time. This guy sends me a move. It ends up being just 1 lap too early. I think they ring it in 1 more lap. And everybody was on it. They had the lap counter on the left side there counting up, so you knew what lap we were on. And I think we had gotten past 12 or 13 laps, so everyone was starting to get a little antsy because there weren't that many laps left. So everyone's chasing this back. Nobody wants to let that move go at this point. And I want to say the bell is going to ring this time through. Oh yeah, bell's ringing. Everybody gets out of their saddle. Big sprint. I was too far back. Should have been further forward. Oh well. I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think even if I was on the front, I don't know that I would have done that well in this one. But the points go 5 deep for the Omnium, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in front of me. So it didn't really matter at this point. But on to the next one. Wasn't investing much in that one to begin with, so wasn't too disappointed with that. Next race was a win and out, where after a predetermined, I think 6 laps it was, they ring the bell. First person across wins, next person across on the next lap gets second. Anyways, it was pretty boring at the beginning. This is when it finally lights up with a couple to go, and whoop, squeeze through here because the move is going. I think they ring the bell for the first one on the next lap, and I was just not looking back, just I have to get across. Those guys pulled up high on the track, so I was hopeful that they would sit up a little bit. But the next guy coming through was aware of the situation behind and kept on the gas. And then this guy came around, and I was like, you should have looked back and maybe pulled off. And then another guy. I was like, oh well. That was not very smart of me. But we end up coming. You could see nobody wants to go. Once the first person commits in this race, everybody else sits up because they know that they can't get first place anymore. So with first place off the table, they're like, I'll just sit up and wait for the next one. So I was kind of hoping I would get back to them right as everybody was sat up, and I could sneak a little move around. But there's one guy off the front, and so it would have been a pretty long move at this point, especially after having just chased. And I didn't think I had that in my legs after just trying to bring the whole field back together. So I was kind of waiting for the last sprint. So we're sprinting for second place now. First place has been taken. So this sprint is for second. I'm too far back for that. And so now that second gets taken, we're sprinting for third, fourth, and fifth, or 1, 2, 3 the next time around. And so this sprint I'm interested in. Come around these guys. It's carrying a lot of momentum, felt really good. Thought I was going to get past this guy pretty easily. But as soon as I came up even with him, he opened up his sprint and actually just gasses me and gets this guy on the line. But I finished 5th, which gets me 1 lonely Omnium point. So we go into the last event of the night. The same person had won the first 2 events, so second place on was actually pretty wide open, but I needed to win this or be second to get back into like the podium contention. This last event is a scratch race. It's just like road racing or crit racing, where first person across the line wins the race. So the points go 5 deep. I tried to animate this race earlier in the race, so I sent a solo move at the beginning that nobody was interested in coming along for, and then after that, once I got brought back, I sent a couple more moves, just like every chance I got to interject some pace, I would, because I was trying to make everyone a little bit tired. And then at this point, with like less than, I think maybe 5 laps to go, I was waiting for the sprint and trying to save some energy, but I also didn't want to be caught out of position, so I was trying to not let myself slip too far back. So that's why I'm eating wind here, but we're not going super fast right now, so it's not the worst. See a little baby move there. I'm being like very vigilant about everything at this point because I don't want to miss anything. Nobody wants to get left out. And another little move, but everyone's onto that. It's looking like it's coming down to a sprint. Nobody's gonna let anything get away. So I think there's maybe 2 or 3 to go. Playing the game, nobody wants to ride out front, so I follow this here. And I was carrying a little bit of momentum here on the inside, but I thought it was too early, and in retrospect, I should have just gone there and punched it, because this guy comes under me and then closes the door shut, and a guy comes on the outside, and now we're all just reacting. If I had gone when I had that little bit of momentum, I mean, I don't know if I could have held it to the line, but I at least would have been coming forward with speed rather than reacting to other people's moves. So points on this one go 5 deep, and there's 5 guys up the track from us. This is 1 to go here. But it's also the last event of the night, so I wasn't going to just sit up and not sprint. So I think I get around this guy, 6th place, which is worth no points. So lots of learning though. It's been a lot of fun going out to these track events. It's fun doing something new and being a beginner at something again. So looking forward to doing more of these and continuing to learn lots more about track racing. So thanks for watching, everyone.